Under the Surface, a life-smart kid's story about identifying emotions. Aria stared at her maths test, her fingers gripping the edges of the paper. 48 out of 100. A hollow feeling settled in her chest. Her stomach twisted, her face burned, and the numbers on the page blurred. She blinked hard and shoved the test into her bag before anyone could see. At the front of the classroom, Mr. Callahan leaned against his desk, his usual calm expression unreadable. "Remember, scores don't define you," he said. "Mistakes help us grow. If you didn't do as well as you hoped, let's talk about how to improve." Aria barely heard him. The weight of disappointment pressed against her ribs. The bell rang, and she bolted out of the classroom before anyone could ask her about her score. Lunch break. Aria sat with her friends, barely touching her sandwich. Her appetite had vanished. Scarlett was reliving last night's swimming competition. "I crushed the butterfly stroke. I mean, yeah, it was a team effort, but honestly, we wouldn't have won without me." Jaden rolled his eyes. "Confidence much?" "Just facts," Scarlett said, grinning. Ethan leaned forward, smirking. "Speaking of just facts, who wants to see the worst test score in history?" He waved his maths test in the air. "Guess who scored a legendary 38 out of 100? "Brutal," Leo said, wincing. Ethan shrugged. At least I tried. Plus, now I have nowhere to go but up." Aria forced a laugh, but inside, her stomach churned. How was he so relaxed about failing? "Aria, what did you get?" Serena asked. Aria's fingers clenched into fists under the table. "I don't want to talk about it." Scarlett raised an eyebrow. "Whoa, chill." Aria stood abruptly, her chair scraping against the floor. "I'm not hungry." Without waiting for a response, she walked off, her heart hammering in her chest. The hall. After school. The hall smelled like polished wood and sweat. Aria sat on a bench, arms crossed tightly, her foot tapping against the floor. On the court, Mr. Bennett, her PE teacher and the school's basketball coach, was leading Ethan, Jaden, and Serena through warm-ups. Aria hadn't moved. Mr. Bennett walked over and sat next to her. "Rough day?" Aria shrugged, staring at the floor. "I'm fine." He didn't respond right away. Instead, he studied her, then nodded toward the thinking coach's poster on the wall. "Your body's saying something different." Aria frowned. "What does that mean?" He gestured at her. "Your arms are locked up, your shoulders are tight, and you look like you're about to explode. If I were guessing, I'd say you're not as fine as you think." Aria exhaled through her nose but didn't uncross her arms. Mr. Bennett stood. "Let's pick a thinking coach." Aria sighed. "I don't feel like it." "Then I'll pick for you." He tapped one of the phrases. "Name it to tame it." Aria rolled her eyes. "What's that supposed to mean?" He sat back down. "It means emotions are like wild animals. If they run loose in your head, they feel massive and out of control. But when you name them, they shrink. They stop controlling you." Aria picked at the hem of her sleeve. "I don't know what I feel. Annoyed, I guess." Mr. Bennett raised an eyebrow. "Just annoyed?" Aria hesitated. "And frustrated." Getting closer. Aria let out a long breath. "Fine. I'm embarrassed. I studied for that stupid test and I still failed. I feel..." Her voice hitched and she clenched her fists. "I feel stupid." He nodded. That's real, but let's break it down. You said you studied? Aria nodded. So you put in the effort. That's not stupidity. That's determination. Aria stared at her hands. You also said you still failed, he continued, which tells me you expected to do better. So maybe the feeling you're dealing with isn't about being stupid. Maybe it's disappointment. Aria swallowed hard. I guess. Mr. Bennett smiled. Name it to tame it. Now that you've named it, what can you do about it? Aria thought for a second. I mean, I can ask Mr. Callahan for help. Maybe he'll let me retake the test. Mr. Bennett clapped her on the back. Now that's a plan. Aria sighed but felt a tiny bit lighter. He smirked. By the way, I once failed a high school maths test. Nearly cried about it. Aria blinked. You? He grinned. Yep. And now I have to keep score during basketball matches. Let's just say I double-check everything. Aria laughed for the first time all day. Mr. Bennett stood up. Speaking of which, training's about to start. You staying to join in? Aria hesitated, then nodded. Yeah, why not? She still felt disappointed, but maybe, just maybe, it didn't have to ruin everything.